What if Pixar got sick of making its movies and decided to go the dark route instead? In today's video, I'll take some of their most iconic movie posters and turn them into horror. First Pixar's movie will be The Incredibles, and my horror twist is that the government didn't just force the heroes into retirement, they tried to wipe them out with a nuke, but unfortunately for them, only Robert has survived. And now he's out for revenge on everyone, guilty they are or not. I start with this 2x3 canvas, then I cut a small portion from this movie scene here. I drag it to a new canvas as the new background. I want it to look like it's gone on fire, so I'll add some flames on top and change its blending mode. Maybe I'll add some smoke too. I'll also change the contrast of the background to make it more intense. Now we need only a hero survivor to take revenge, so I found this screenshot of an exhausted Robert. I need to cut him manually from the background and remove him. I'll move him to our chaotic scene. Next, I take his face from his heroic old self cut scene and place it over his new miserable new self. Next, I'll cut his hand digitally and make him hold the face mask. So Robert was once a hero, now he's the villain. His skin looks too pale for my taste, so I'll color correct it a little. Now I'll place this grunge texture on his shirt. I'll change its blending mode and give it some blur. I'll place some stains on his hand too, they're not clean anymore. I'll paint some shadows to bring all the elements together and some highlights from all the flames behind him too. Maybe I'll place some more stains on Robert's body and this time on his face, a big hand palm stain. I'll mask out some parts to make it more realistic. Finally, I'll add some flames behind his shoulders and maybe some on the front too. I'll change the contrast for a dramatic look. Now we need the logo. I'll strip the 3D edges, move it to the new poster and recolor it white. And I'll give it a burn effect to make it more interesting. And with this final text here, we are done. Next movie will be Finding Nemo. There's something about this that instantly reminds me of Jaws, so why not make something similar for the horror version? I'll take a piece from this banner here and place it on a blank canvas. Then I'll cut out a small section of this screenshot and lay it on top of everything. I'll soften the edges to blend both images better, and maybe I'll make the sky more clouded. I want the poster to feel dark. We need some characters in the scene, so I'll grab Nemo's dad from this cutscene, place him at the water surface, and I'll add parts of his body to make him look he's floating. I'll make the outside part lighter and darken the submerged part. I'll toss in some bubbles for more realism. Now we need the main villain. Wow. I could use a clip art of a great white shark here, but I want to use characters from the movie only. So I found this scene where Bruce the shark is laughing like a maniac. I'll cut him out quickly and place him on the new poster. I'll rotate him slightly and fix his nose, and I'll make his eyes darker than black. I might fade his bottom part into dark ocean. I'll give him some highlights as a final touch. I surround him with bubbles and over his mouth too. Perfect. I thought about adding Dory to the scene, but she made it so funny, so I scrapped the idea. Anyways, I drag the original logo on top. I remove the little wave and make the letters full again. I'll change the color to deep red and I draw a shark jaw mask on the letter O. I'll add this final line of text at the bottom and Now with Coco, easily one of Pixar's greatest films, my horror twist for this is that Miguel didn't manage to return alive from the land of the dead, and now he's just a restless soul haunting his family's dreams, just like how they abandoned his. First, I place this offering in the background from the movie. It's too bright for a horror poster, so I darken it just a little. But I bring back the candlelight for some spooky atmosphere. Now we need a sad picture of Miguel. That's easy because the movie has plenty of them, but this is the most suitable one, where Miguel has already started to turn into a corpse. I'll cut him quickly and place him over his new home. I remove the guitar for now. I try to make him look more undead by replacing some of his lower limbs with bones from his ancestors. So I found this shot of Hector. I'll borrow his lower leg bones and attach them to Miguel. I straighten him and borrow the foot bones too, and I repeat the same process for the other leg. I'll adjust the hue and saturation of those bones to match the overall color. And now we need to make Miguel more cursed.
Sometimes I think I'm cursed. cursed.
I'll start by shadowing his face. Except for his eyes, I want them glowing. I'll apply some heavy shading to his entire body and add highlights from all the candles behind him. I'll also add some marigold petals from the movie to our scene. Now we need some victims of this cursed Miguel. I came across this hand emoji that fits Coco art style. I'll apply some shading to both hands. Next, I grab this guitar Miguel made, the one his family demolished, and I'll turn it into his new weapon. I'll give it sharp edges and some depth too. I'll mask it out and shade it as well. Looks cool. Maybe I'll add the final line of text in a more graded way this time. I'll give it a glow effect and a soft haze to undergrade it better into the scene. Finally, I'll bring in the official logo here. Turn the top white, remove this cute little drawing, and make the Coco title bright red. I'll trace his stitched mouth marks to create a creepy symbol and place it right under the new logo. Monsters Inc. is the next vector. I already have a concept in mind, but I let you come up with the horror story for this one in the comments. So without further ado, I'll take this innocent kid with his bed and place him in the new horror house. I'll follow that with the same background. I need one of the monsters from the show to feature in the scene, and there's none better than Sally. I found the perfect shot of him. I'll quickly isolate him from the background and remove the backpack too. I'll position him behind the kid. I'll bring his glass forward and I'll fix his missing elbow too. He looks so peaceful now. So let's swap his face with this from another scene. I'll fade the edges just a little and I'll apply some full body shading to merge both images. Maybe I'll paint some highlights over, blend him more with the scene. He looks kind of silly, so I'll cancel out his pupil and paint some veins and give him a more fitting, menacing iris. Maybe some saliva over the mouth will make him scarier. Sure like. Let's focus on the poor kid now. I line him up to make him more visible and I draw some realistic shadow on his face from the approaching monster. I'll change his shut eyes with an open one from another scene. Maybe I'll add a small glint to make him more look alive. I want him to be awake to not miss this once in a lifetime experience. Finally, I'll place the logo on top, change the colors, and I'll place this grunge texture over. And I'll engrave some claw marks into the first letter. I might even tint it more blue. And with this final line of text, we're done. Last but not least, we've got the GOAT of Pixar movies, Toy Story. So what if Sid actually succeeded in destroying Woody and Buzz Lightyear and turned them into mutant toys? Not like his other creepy creations, but a fully possessed one. I start by placing this iconic background from the movie, and I drag some of Andy's room boxes here. Then I'll blur the wallpaper. I'll add some grunge texture to the floor, and I'll change the lighting dramatically to give it a more serious, scary vibe. Now we need to create Woody/Buzz mutant toy. I found this screenshot of Woody. I'll quickly move into his new residence. I'll delete part of his lower body and also take off his right arm. Why? Because I replaced them with other toy parts. I'll take these spider-like legs from the baby face toy and use them as Woody's lower body. I'll replace his right arm with the deceased Buzz Lightyear's arm. I'll rope it a little to grab the hat. We need to make this way scarier. So I'll delete Woody's left iris and remove his right eye completely. I'll tilt his head slightly. I'll give his left eye a cataract and I'll make his skin look worn out from all the damage he's taken. And maybe I'll add some stitches on his mouth for an extra cursed look. I'll mask out some of his new fingers for a better grip on the hat. He's in need for a new weapon and I think an axe is the best option for this. What do you think? The light will be coming from the top left corner, so I shade this chimera body accordingly. I start by adding shadows on the ground, some on his Buzz arm, and I shade the axe as well. Finally, I place this custom spooky Toy Story logo I created here, and I'll add the final line of text on top.